Welcome to the I Love Wine and Dogs podcast, created, produced, and hosted by Heidi Hubner, with engineering and production by Timothy Stone Dancer Coleman. This show was created to celebrate good wine, amazing pets, and people from around the world who are doing great things in their local communities. Welcome to another episode of the I Love Wine and Dogs podcast. We are here with our host, creator, and producer, Heidi Hubner. I am Timothy Stone Dancer Coleman, the engineer and co-host in the background. We have an amazing guest with us, Dr. Trevor Petersen, and we are looking forward to having another amazing show. So without any further ado, here's Heidi.
Hello, everybody, and welcome. Good to see my brother Tim and Trevor. Thanks for being on the show. So just a quick little recap. So our last guest was for the 4th of July. We, in real time, just finished the 4th of July and talking about fireworks and how they affect the animals. I have to say, Trevor, I don't know where you were, if you noticed this, but they were really strict on fireworks literally the day of the 4th in California in certain areas. And they held to it. I think people were afraid they were going to get tickets, which was helpful because, of course, my dog was a basket case. We stayed home. But where were you? What happened where you guys were? Same thing or still crazy fireworks for a week?
It was really crazy on the 4th. I don't think that it was super crazy like leading up to the 4th or afterwards around our neighborhood. We live pretty close by, so Valley Village had it pretty strict. But the 4th was like from 8:30 or 7 o'clock. It started to like 1 a.m. They were going like nonstop. And yeah, I definitely could see the anxiety in the dog. So it was helpful for me to be home with her and just be present with her. So that was really great. But it was, yeah, they were pretty cracking down on the fireworks in our neighborhood. So it wasn't super crazy leading up to it, but yeah.
That's good. I mean, so I'm here in the Bronx, New York, and, I had a separate conversation with Heidi, and let her know that, for us, it's not so regulated, like allegedly it's regulated, but in practice, they're popping off M80s and all the things like a couple of days before, all the way to yesterday. I will say that because we've had more rain over here, it was a blessing because it kind of cut down on the normal amount of fireworks that we've been, usually experiencing. So the puppies only had, maybe 24 hours of stress as opposed to like 3 days, like a day before and a day after like they normally do. So we got trazodone from the doctor. What, am I wrong in that?
So definitely it helps. I mean, the vets will tell you and whatever, and that's a very common one. Whatever they prescribe, it does help. So the dogs are still feeling it, but it is down a level or two.
Okay.
And I just think being home with them just helps even more.
So I laid out all the blankets. I put all their toys behind the couch. Like I tried to make it like, a camp getaway, as much as possible.
And that's what you do, however you can make them comfortable. So anyway, we've survived another 4th. And anyway, if people did lose their pets, I hope they are reunited with them, that they had them microchipped and made sure they had dog licenses. Okay, so I'm going to talk about our wine really quickly. So I picked Tangent. Can you see that?
That's beautiful.
Oh,
and
so pretty.
Tangent Ecclestone. This is a lovely white. I will post a picture of it. And I feel like this is a medium-bodied wine, and that it's got a lot of bright fruit. A lot of bright fruit in it. I was tasting some grapefruit, pineapple, a little bit of melon, and I think this is a great summer wine to go with a beautiful light salad for lunch, or maybe a grilled halibut for dinner. So Tangent Ecclestone would be my pick from Edna Valley. We'll post that. And then this is a fun something, and I'll post pictures of this. I got together with some girlfriends for a girlfriend's birthday, and they have it. wine condoms. Wine
Nice.
condoms. I don't know which is the right way up. Anyway,
Yeah.
it was this box, and I was like, what is this, a joke? And they said, no, it's supposed to be able to keep the wine fresh. So I said, well, I need to grab one of these and I'm going to try it when I open a bottle of wine and I don't finish it. But I was like, what will they think of next? Protect your wine, keep it safe.
Mhm,
Anyway,
mhm.
I thought that was funny. But moving on, Trevor, tell us about your dog, Crystal.
We rescued her from the German Rescue Shepherd Center, and we think she's a Carolina dog because she looks just like the picture when we Google that. So, but she's gorgeous. She's like this elegant golden color, really perky ears, and she's always listening. So I feel like that's why with the fireworks, she was just like there's so much happening, and she was just like following me around constantly, like right behind my tail. It was like, "Where are you going? Can I just be with you all night long?" So it was. She's really sweet and just super sensitive to people even coming in the house and all new things happening. So she always has to be aware and in the center of attention. Like we'll be doing dishes and she'll lie down right at our feet. So it's hard for us to even stand at the sink because it's like she needs to be right next to us. But she's super fun and playful. We get her toys and she'll play with the toys, but she won't chew them up. She'll like baby them and just tease them enough that she can bite them, but not ever like tear them apart because they're her babies, and so she kind of protects them while she plays with them. And so she's super sweet, and we love her having her around. So she kind of brings life to the house and definitely loud. She likes a big barker, so she likes to bark when people come into the door, but she's never really bitten anybody, but she's super fun and playful. We love her.
Trevor, but I think she chose you. Like, of all the family members, like, you're her person,
Yeah.
right?
She sleeps in my bed at night, and I feel like that is a really good bonding experience because she's like loves to come into my room at night, and I tell her, like, "Oh, come on," because I'm usually the last one to go to sleep in the house, and so she'll follow me to bed and lay at the end of my bed, and so I feel like that's sort of the bonding that has gotten us that close. Yeah, Crystal Rose is her middle name. I feel like Rose is a really good family name. My mom's middle name is Rose, and so we kind of added that into. And her name is a wine. Crystal is a wine, right? So we kind of
Right.
name our dogs after alcohol, and so it's great that she's the member
They
of this
have.
show.
They've had Takati,
Hmm.
Bailey, and
We
then your
had
brother.
Rosie.
They're all, huh?
We had Rosie before that. I don't know. Is that a
Oh,
wine?
you have the Dalmatian.
Yes. Yeah.
Very cute. She's a
Hmm.
good girl. I feel like maybe you can send another picture of Crystal. Just get it. She's so pretty, or you
Yeah.
have one that we can also post as well. But I love that Crystal Petersen. All right, Trevor. So tell us about your line of work.
Yeah, so I like to call myself a healer, and I have a lot of tools that I use in my healings. One big one certificate that I just got was a doctor of chiropractic. So I use chiropractic tools, specifically a technique called network spinal. And we look at opening areas of resource within the body. So regular chiropractic, which works, looks at places where there's pain and where the bones are stuck, or what's called the subluxation, where there's less light, there's less communication in that spot. And so they adjust the subluxation to help create more communication. Network spinal looks at spots in the body that have extra resource or that are doing really well. We call gateways. And so we amplify the what's going well within the body so that the whole body resonates and upgrades and lifts to that new space. So you kind of self-adjust and learn to self-regulate, self-adapt. And so over the course of care with network spinal, you learn new strategies to deal with the stress in your life, the things that are dealing with senses of time or things that are in relationships and trust and learning how to speak your voice. All these things are part of our energy systems. And if our nervous system is aligned, we can better regulate, better communicate with ourself and be in more coherence with who we actually are in our lives. And so that goes right in hand with the other spiritual work that I do. So I add a lot of energy work to help empower your being, your sense of self, so that you can be more yourself in your energy and all of the layers of your body. So it's not just the physical, it's the aura, it's the etheric body, which is super close. It's your working aura, it's your bigger aura, it's your spirit and your soul. So I like to be a healer and helping create coherence between mind, body, soul, and spirit. I did psychology in my undergrad, so I have a little bit of that background. I like to do yoga and teach meditation classes as well. So it's a whole kind of well-rounded system of tools that I'm working together to gather. I feel like it's always a process of knowing myself. So in this like 2 years of being a doctor, I'm learning what might be the order of operations for someone when they come in the office and how these tools might balance them, and really getting to know each person because everyone's unique. Everyone needs a different order of operations. And so it's really getting to know the person as they come in and helping them with their situations. We all have our stories that we attach, but what does the actual soul of that being really need in the moment? And so I like to kind of really focus in on the person and help them specifically with whatever healings I can offer. Healings being different activations that I can do for the body, or different chiropractic tools that I can do for the body, or even craniosacral, which is another kind of massage therapy for the body. So I have a lot of tools, and it's just kind of getting to know the person so that I can help them better regulate and better be in coherence so that they can have a more joyful existence.
I love this because I feel like I Tim's dogs love it too. This is why
Yes.
we love our show. Listen, don't mute him out, Tim. It's great.
No, we like our
Sorry.
dogs.
Don't apologize. We listen. Somebody's always doing something. No, but I love this because it's not about, oh, here's the pill, because we all are different. And just because I have a lower back pain and Tim has a lower back pain and, Susie has a lower back pain, it's all different reasons why we have it. So it's not, here's your pill, here's your pill, here's your pill. Let's adjust and figure out, and, doing traditional medicine with, as a chiropractor, but all of these other new tools and practices that you've learned, I find fascinating.
Wow, that's such
What
a
drew
beautiful
you
way
to
to put
this?
it.
What drew you?
Yeah, I think just wanting to know the depth of myself really kind of drew me to getting into psychology. And like when I was in high school, I got a hit in my first sociology class. And as a junior in high school, I was become a mind, body, spirit therapist. And so what that meant and what that was kind of has grown and evolved over time as I've stepped into yoga teaching, and then met a yoga teacher who was a chiropractor. And I was like, oh, that's really cool, because I've been under chiropractic care my whole life. So it's like I understand that work, but I didn't really understand that it was not just mechanical. Like you're saying, the lower back pain is a signal. It's telling you something. If it's just pain and you're going to take a pill to cover it up, that's great. The pain will sort of subside, but are you really getting to the cause, the root of the problem, and finding the solution? So it's helping that sometimes it's not getting rid of the pain. It's just learning how to live a better life with it. And then the pain gradually disappears because you're listening to it more and you're living a life in, oh, it's in my right hip, so I'm not communicating, I'm not creating enough magic. Or it's in my left hip, I'm not being more emotional, I'm not expressing my emotions. Like all these different parts of our bodies have different things that they're holding and saying with us. So when we get a subluxation, it's something in our life has caused trauma, thoughts, toxins, or trauma, and the body can't deal with it in the moment. So it holds on to it. It's like, okay, I'll deal with this later. But we don't learn how to deal with it later. So chiropractic
Mm.
helps have that moment on the table where it's like, okay, this spot is holding a pattern and we're going to adjust it, and you're going to feel it. And the feelings are going to happen over the next 2 days. All those emotions and things are going to just move through you. And that movement, the breath, the energy is able to express and clear over time with chiropractic care. And I feel like it was beautiful what you were saying with the pill. Like it's something that modern medicine is amazing at. It can deal with that immediate thing that we have. We cut ourselves and they're able to sew us back together. But then that scar tissue comes. You need to get a massage or something to help really move that blood over time. It's the other in conjunct modalities that help fully heal the system and bring it back to expression. And so I want to be able to experience that with people and grow through other people's problems, because it kind of helps me move through my own problems and my own experiences, getting in depth with other people.
That's so powerful.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like I love my doctors. I think I really have amazing doctors. But I feel like medicine, in the technical term of Western medicine, is you're studying this, you know, my rheumatologist, I love her and she is great. She found out my autoimmune disease issue. Um, and but there's not nutrition, there's not all of these other things
Mm-hmm.
that they're maybe now younger medical students. So if I'm speaking out of turn and somebody can correct me on this, please do. But I feel like traditional medicine, it didn't look at any of these other things. They weren't saying do yoga, do stretch class, do, it's like, well, just make sure you eat right and exercise. But maybe not everybody can do cardio exercise. I don't know.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
and I mean, the other thing, like right on that point, is that not everybody, when someone says, oh, you need a better, healthier diet, that is like going down a rabbit hole, right? And unless you've got another specialist who is telling you the types of food that are right for your blood type, that are right for your body type, you know what I'm saying? Like you can't just tell somebody, oh, you need a better, healthier diet. That means so many things.
Right. Yeah, and just to that point, I think that getting a certificate or a doctorate program, the doctorate program is focused on a specific thing, and so it's passing your board exams. So you have to learn what you're going to learn for the board exams, and it's very focused. And you're drinking from a fire hose with all the information that you have to learn, and then you have to regurgitate it, and it's like on a test and streaming. Anyone who has a test anxiety, it's so difficult, but you push through it. And I think that the people are getting more connected to the network system that's happening with getting a nutritionist, getting other people, because you can't just, it's really hard to go to one person who has all their certificates and all the things that can fix you, and people are looking for that one person. But that's a lot of work, it's a lot of dedication from one person, and then everyone's going to want to go see them. So it's like you need to get a network of people that can communicate together. And I think getting through the internet and having more platforms like this where people can get connected to know what other people offer is a great resource to help that network and provide more holistic healing in all these different areas that add to the well-being and the wholeness of the person that's being healed in the process.
So, Trevor, you touched a little bit upon like some role models and people that influenced you. Um, I want you to talk a little bit about the Modern Mystery School and how did that, because you said you were going to a chiropractor when you were
Mm-hmm.
younger, and then you kind of met people along the way and then doing yoga, and but kind of what has launched you into the Modern Mystery
Yeah,
part of all of this?
the whole mind body spirit therapist thing. So I found psychology as the mind, I found body with yoga, and then yoga was like an extra, like, oh, there's this little thing of spirit that we're, because real yoga is moving the energy through the chakras, and each position and the way that you flow really is like a moving meditation. And so I knew there was more to that. I found Reiki. I think a huge role model, I need to mention my mom, because she's always been a really big support for me. We went to our Reiki trainings together before I started chiropractic school, because I knew there was something extra energy. I didn't really know what it was, but there was something more. And so then I started going to chiropractic school while having this Reiki energy. In chiropractic school, I found network spinal, which was so energetic, and it's so, you have to approach the body with a higher state of energy, so the body's already adjusting on the table. Like there's such a responsibility with network spinal when you're approaching a system, that it elevated my awareness of what spirit could be. And then I found Erin Wallace, who's another huge role model and my guide in the Modern Mystery School. And I found her at a crystal fair, and she had this Kabbalah poster behind her, and that really drew me in. So the Modern Mystery School is a Kabbalistic, Hermetic lineage. So Kabbalistic being this, the Kabbalah is the tree of life. It's a system that's the microcosm, as small as our DNA, and the macrocosm, a glyph that represents both our solar system, as big as the solar system and as small as the DNA. All these different correspondences with it. So of course it drew me into it, because it was like, oh my God, this is everything, this picture that I can't really like focus on because there's so much in it. And then she was like, okay, we have a 12 races of Earth class this coming weekend. And I was like, 12 races of Earth? Like, and you say that with such a straight face, like, wow, there really are other beings here living with us. They're just on different frequencies, and they're helping us, and they want to help us with their magic. And so I started stepping forward with the path. I did my life activation, which is kind of the first step, the first healing for yourself. It creates fertile ground in your body. It unwinds your DNA. It reconnects you with your divine blueprint, the reason you came here, why you're here, the purpose. Like, it's a beautiful healing that unwinds your energy field and reconnects you. And so it's that first healing, a first step of like, oh, I am a divine being. I'm actually here and I'm light. I can bring light to situations that I'm in. And so Modern Mystery School does that over and over and over again with different healings and initiations where a sword drops on you and you're ignited into your divineness, your godly self on this planet. You're reminded that you are God, that you are bigger than just this physical body, because we're spirit. We're connected to spirit. And if we can embody that and be empowered to know that here, that's where the Modern Mystery School, like, I just love the way that they empower you to step into your life more as a real sovereign being over your life, and not just having life happen to you. It's being more solution oriented and stepping into this, like, okay, no, I have the power, I have the light to do what I need to in this situation, and light redirect the light that's coming at you, and be like, okay, I can move this here and rebalance the energy. And so with that, and with Network Spinal, being able to have more strategies to deal with all the energy in life, and then the Modern Mystery School adding more energy and more power to you, you're actually able to strategize that energy and really flow it into your life. And so I love the balance and the mix of the two, because they're really powerful together in my eyes. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Well, on that note, we're going to take a quick moment for our PSA, and we'll jump back in with Dr. Trevor Petersen.
Here at Tangent, we explore the possibilities of cool climate white wines rooted in the Edna Valley and the Central Coast. These wines challenge expectations and prove that every day can and should be a new adventure. Our innovative spirit is channeled into everything we produce, from colorful cans to screw-capped bottles to our wine itself. We deliver wines with the promise of being vibrant, fresh, and delightfully different. Find us on Instagram and Facebook, or call us at 805-269-8200.
All right. So, Trevor, why do you think so many people are sick and stressed out?
Beautiful. I was just thinking, I pulled a card before we started. And so this is the Sovereign Ipsissimus, Dave Lanyon, created this card. So he's one of the highest members in the Mystery School. And these cards they're very, very magical. And the card that I pulled for this podcast, the bottom of it says, know thyself. And so that's the key. If you're not knowing yourself, if you're just having life happen to you, if you're just, oh, I have to make this paycheck, I have to do this thing, like, are you really doing the job that fulfills you? Are you connected to that purpose in your job, in your day-to-day life? Are you really flowing that energy of your light, your power, or are you just doing what the bigger man tells you to do, right? So it's, one cannot know what will fill their heart's desire in earnest until one knows thyself. And we're not really taught how to know thyself. Like, we're told meditation is this thing that's really powerful, but who really meditates? Like, who takes an hour or 2 hours out of your day to sit with yourself and actually know thyself and just be with the being that you are? And so it's connecting to yourself, doing things that bring your joy, that then bleeds over or fills your job, fills your life with the joy that you're doing for yourself, or your passion. And so connecting to your higher self, connecting to your being, I think brings that into people then being happy in their life. Or happy is kind of fleeting. That's why I like to use the word joy. If you can really connect with joy and love, those are higher lasting feelings and emotions that really bring energy, higher energy into your life.
I love that analogy. I love that. I don't spend a lot of time trying to search for happiness. You know, I told people that I could wake up and feel happy, but then on my way out of the bedroom, trip over a dog toy and like fall into the wall, and I'm no longer happy. You know what I'm saying? Like my dogs are up in the middle of the night doing I don't even know what sometimes, and I can trip over something and I'm no longer happy, but it does not rob me of my joy.
Yes.
That's good, Tim. That's a difference between happy and joy. And Trevor, I'm glad you also said you prefer to say joy, because you're right.
Yeah, I mean, it took me a minute to stumble upon it, and I mean, I think that's another thing that I feel like Trevor is saying, in the accessible way for the general community. It's that, we're told through media, through television, songs, all these different things, you got to be happy, you got to search for happiness, and you got to, whoever you is your significant other, you need to find happiness in them, and they need to make you happy, and that's just not fair. And it's not a fair way to exist when you put all of that pressure onto someone else to make you happy, or onto other things to make you happy, because like you say, and how you said perfectly, Trevor, it's fleeting. And so when you find your purpose and that sense of joy in your life, all the other things kind of float around you, and you are really actively participating in the truest reason why you're here.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I love Inside Out. Even the main character is joy. It's not happiness, because joy is always with her from the very beginning. The first emotion that I forget the main character she feels is joy, and that's because she's with her family and that family unit, or what. That's her first reason, her first being of joy. To be joyful is with her family. And so, like, even with your dog, it's like you're sad because the dog left its toy in the middle, but the joy comes from having the dog there in your life, and that's where the joy comes from for you.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what would you say? We know people, we have friends, family members, coworkers, that literally it's just nothing is ever good, and to be fair, for those people who have hard times, right? It's not just somebody who's got a great life, but they just like to complain. Somebody who maybe is a single parent and they are literally trying to make ends meet, and they are having a difficult time because they don't have support, and they're worried about their child, and they're worried, how is my child really going to eat? And I can't throw a nice birthday party, even a pizza party for my kid. Those are real life issues.
Yes.
If somebody came to you, how in that situation, how would you be able to help them?
Well, the first, I'd celebrate the fact that they're here and walking through the door. Like, that's a huge step to get through, and meeting someone where they're at. It's, wow, you really have a lot going on, and you actually are taking time for yourself. Like, that's such a huge celebration. To be in the office, to be in a space of looking for healing is a huge, it's becoming aware of that. Sometimes it's hard for people to be aware of what they need because there's so much going on in their life, like you're saying. But if someone can actually become aware of, oh, I need this healing, I need a massage, I need something that's going to make me feel good in the moment, and then being able to carry that over into their life is such a huge step. And I think just knowing yourself, like knowing thyself, and knowing that their stuff is theirs and my stuff is mine, and not letting it affect me, because this is my life. I'm creating my stuff and they're creating their stuff, and leaving them with that. It's their gods, they're divine beings, and eventually they'll recognize that, whether it's here on this planet or in the spiritual life. Like, we all are going to come to that, because we need to move forward. We're evolving. We're beings that are growing. And yes, it's so hard in this physical, because it's just so right in our face, and it's so here that I keep wanting to say the SHIT word, but I don't know if I can say that.
You can.
Their stuff it's hard. But taking that step to find healing, I feel like, is huge and should be celebrated for someone. And if anybody's looking for help, like, asking for help is a huge other step, right? If someone in your life you look up to, asking them for help, and that moment of humility is what should be celebrated. To ask for help, to know that, okay, I'm struggling and I need something else. Someone might be able to reach a hand out and actually help you in your process. And And it's like not reinventing the wheel, because everyone has a life. We all don't really know what we're doing, but we're all working together to get to some place that's better. And if we can work together to get there, then I feel like the combined piece that we all are looking for is going to create a better Shambhala, or a better world of peace altogether, with our own unique pieces of peace in that.
So I'm going to throw this out there. So I'm going to use my magic wand early. This is not yours. I'll get to that later. I honestly feel like they have Doctors Without Borders who go for free and help and do surgeries, and dentists that do this. And I feel like this is something, because I understand everybody needs to make a living. You can't, do free things all the time. But I feel like I want to put this in the universe, Trevor, that for maybe in underserved communities, exposing people to 15 minutes of yoga, breathing.
Like, I love where you're going with this, Heidi.
Yeah.
You know, I work in the South Bronx, in the Bronx as a whole, but specifically in the South Bronx for more than 20 years. For our community, one of the things that I think that they need, Trevor, is even if it were 5 minutes where they could log in on a device from wherever they are and receive. Now, maybe it's even on video. Maybe it's not even you doing it every day, because I'm sure you're busy and you've got a whole practice and you've got such a comprehensive thing that you're offering to the world. I don't know if you already have something like this on your website, but even if our community had the opportunity to log into something for 5 minutes when they need it the most, because in the BIPOC community, Black and Indigenous people of color, BIPOC, in our community, it really is a thing where we are kind of taught not to tell people about our problems. We are taught not to admit, and maybe not by our parents. Definitely my parents didn't do that, but like in the community as a whole, it is not something that we are familiar with to say, I'm broken and I need help. I am stressed and I could use 5 minutes of yoga. I am overwhelmed and I just need a moment to breathe. But like, it's a thing that's real.
Yeah, that's having the right tools to access the deeper knowledge within you. And so what moments you have to take the breath, or what kind of breath you can use, can really activate that within you. And so I totally hear you. And it's what's coming to mind is like having someone from that community. I feel like people will listen to better than having someone just come in. Like Doctors Without Borders is great because it's got the medical doctor on it, and they can have that. Yeah, that's great. It's a great opportunity for people to learn tools that would help them be more in the moment. Like you're saying, having those stressed, having what words can I say to myself, or affirmations can I use to really kind of bring me back to myself? Yeah. That
So
sounds like such a
I feel
beautiful
like
thing.
the three of us are going to we're going to set up a time to do an offline conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So this is we are going to make this happen. We're going to figure out how we can make it happen.
Yes.
Okay. Seriously. Okay. Trevor, what do you like to do for fun? Work is a passion of yours, obviously, but what do you do to let your hair down? What do you do to give yourself a mental vacation, physical, healthy vacation? Tell us, what's your self-care?
I love to be active, so definitely hikes, getting out into nature or the beach. I was just at the beach yesterday, and it was lovely. It was just a full day of beach time with some friends down at Black's Beach in San Diego. I also love sports. So I used to, in chiropractic school, I found a group called BGF, Big Gay Frisbee. And so it was an ultimate Frisbee team that I would go out on the weekends and play with. And just this last weekend, I started on a kickball team. And so it's Out Loud Sports in West Hollywood. And I'm on the kickball team. I'm going to a kickball game right after this in 2 hours. So I'm like, it's fun to just be around people and be active with a like-minded group that you can meet friends with and socialize, rather than just being on your phone socializing, right? It's really getting out, and what can you do to meet people in in even just doing yoga classes. Like, what can I do that? I love going to yoga classes, even some like, I haven't yet found it in LA, but ecstatic dances are really great. So ecstatic dance is just like, it's kind of a adventure, I guess, a journey of music where you're dancing with a big group of people and the music kind of brings you through these rhythms as it moves through, and you're all just dancing together and feeling your feels as the music moves energy through you. And so ecstatic dances are really fun. I used to do those a lot in the Bay Area, and I'm still looking for a few out in LA, but those are super fun. So really, like, movement. I think movement's a great way that I kind of get out and express myself. So walks, hikes, sports. Yeah, you got to move the body to get that stuff to move out and get your breath flowing, heart pumping, right?
I love it.
So we've talked about all this good, great stuff about your job. What is the hardest part about your job?
For me right now, the hardest part is marketing. I think I'm learning what that is and getting out there and where to get out and talk to people that want what I have, that are looking for what I offer, and being able to really show them that I have tools that can help. And so it's getting out there. We just opened the studio in March in Studio City, and so we're doing different marketing things. We have different events that are coming up to get people, at least in the office, to sense our energy and to feel the space, so that we can keep promoting ourselves and keep getting bigger and bigger with our vision. Because we all, like, I work at Align Your Vibes, and it's a really like communal base of a bunch of healers and 2 different chiropractors there. And so we really want to help each other and the community with all the tools that we have. And so it's marketing, definitely is marketing, to get out there and get people into the office and start them through the flow of finding healing for themselves. Yeah, showing up as your authentic self. I feel like that's the great, what you're saying there is just being expressive, being your authentic self. And that's what people want in you, what they're looking for, who you are, to kind of bring that piece of who you are to their light, to their being as well.
I will be doing some sessions with Trevor. I don't know what's going on with my lower back. I'm getting x-rays just to see. I kind of have a feeling it's all the stuff we talked about, just and stress and this, and knock on wood, nothing that there's Ripley because I knocked on the desk. Yeah, hoping that it's not slip bulging discs, or I'm going to have to do a surgery where it's more just like releasing and chiropractic and everything else. So I'm excited to be calendaring those in with you, Trevor.
Yeah.
So now I'm going to give you the magic wand. You have a magic wand, couple wishes. What would those be?
Well, I guess right away, big picture, I'm picturing like Mystery School's goal is Shambhala, peace on earth. And so bringing that in quicker for people. I want that to be here for people to all feel their peace and live in a world that's full of that. Because I feel like the more that we can live in our joy, the more that we can live in our love, the more that we'll express peace and compassion to people. And so spreading that and really bringing that in would be so that people can find that peace within them, I feel like, is the wish. I want people to really understand what their peace is and to know thyself, so that they can really express their true peace, their true joy, their purpose. And that goes right into having an office that I can promote with people. I feel like a closer to home wish that I might have is for my autonomy. I'm living with my parents' house right now. They're so supportive, and I love that I have this opportunity to be here with them, especially in LA. But I'm looking for that autonomy and financial independence, that I can really own myself and a place that I can live and call home. That's my own home. Looking for that in the future, or if I could grant that right now, it would happen. Yes, I have my magic wand, right? Yeah, I think that's sort of the 2 big ones that I would think for myself right now, and for the world. I like to go big and then kind of bring it close.
I love that. Is there anything, Ripley loves that too. He agrees with you if you can hear him. Is there anything that we didn't talk about that you want to share? That we didn't touch on?
I think just remembering that wherever you are in your journey, you are connected. You are connected to something. Something's moving you, something's making you take a next step, and knowing that that greater being like this, my mom set me up in front of this tapestry because it's perfect. It's you're connected to that, your crown is connecting you to your higher self. Don't forget to wear your crown in your life. You are a sovereign being. You are here. We're all here. We chose to be here. So step into that crown and put it on first thing in the morning and look at yourself in the mirror and I love you. You're wearing that crown strong today. Remember to tell yourself that you love yourself in the mirror in the morning. Like that's a huge thing that I think we don't do. If you don't love yourself, how in the hell are you going to love someone else, right? RuPaul's Drag Race. RuPaul, yeah. So she's got it. Let's listen to her, Mama Ru.
Like I think people are going to receive where you're coming from mostly because everything about you feels so pure and so honest. And I think that is a big step towards people trusting you and then trusting themselves. Everybody's not going to wake up and say, hey, I trust myself. I'm going to make this big step.
Totally.
Sometimes they have to first trust in someone else to help them trust more in themselves. And I feel like you represent that for the community. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
Trevor, where can people find you? We will post it, but just tell them what website, if people want to talk to you, make an appointment with you, learn more about you, where do they need to go?
Yeah, my website is dr-trevor, trevor.com. And then I have the Instagram, which is Dr. Trevor Petersen, DC, Dr. Trevor Petersen with an E-N, S-E-N, DC. Yeah, Instagram, and I think the website is the best way to look me up.
Well, thank you. It has been a joy talking to you. I can't wait to make my sessions with you. I want to backtrack really quick. Jessica Seaburn, who was the last guest, had put in the universe she wanted to book her next yoga retreat to Spain, and she did it.
Wow.
That's great.
Malaga, Spain. It's going to be, I think, May 2025. So, I mean, she was nervous and we talked, and so she did it. So Trevor, it's, sharing this stuff.
Yes.
You're going to continue to grow. You're going to continue to cast your net to help people. I mean, you've always been a happy, positive, joyful person pretty much your whole life. So you're in doing what you're supposed to be doing. Just this opportunity in the podcast, Tim, like this brings me so much joy.
Me too.
It's whether 5 people listen or 500 people listen.
Listen,
It's
it
just
doesn't.
sharing.
You're absolutely on point. And I'm telling you, if we change one person's life, the ripple effect of that could equal millions. There are 8 billion, 7 billion plus people on the planet. I don't need to talk to everybody. Everybody's not going to receive the message. Everybody's not going to receive where we're coming from anyway. And so as long as we've got at least one person who is truly impacted and then they take action on the information that we're providing, we've done what we came to do.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm so grateful for this opportunity to talk to both of you. I think it was a really great kind of just getting to know myself more as a process, right? As we ask questions, we get to know ourselves, and questions kind of allow that space to expand and for someone else to know themselves if they're listening to this. It's such a beautiful platform that you've created. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. So I love wine and dogs. You can find us on Instagram and Facebook. You can find us on Spotify. We are excited. Please listen and share. Remember, adopt, don't shop. There's so many beautiful animals out there needing loving homes. Your local rescue groups and shelters have them. So until next time, everybody, take care. Sending out the love. Thank you.
Like and follow us at I Love Wine and Dogs.